It was 2014. Derek and Maria Broaddus bought what they thought was their forever home, a nearly $1.4 million house in Westfield. But the house came with a sinister threat, a watcher who sent the family several menacing letters, alluding to imminent danger. Reeves Weideman wrote the shocking New York Magazine article detailing the Broaddus' ordeal. He saw the letters firsthand.
Buying a dream house is supposed to be the beginning of a new life. People imagine moving boxes, decorating empty rooms, meeting friendly neighbors, and building memories that last for decades. Very few people imagine receiving a letter that makes them afraid to ever move in. But in 2014, that is exactly what happened to a family who bought a large house at 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. What started as excitement slowly turned into one of the most disturbing unsolved neighborhood mysteries in modern American history. Unlike most horror stories, this one contains no ghosts, no strange creatures, and no supernatural events. Just letters. Letters from someone who called themselves the Watcher. The house itself looked ordinary. 657 Boulevard was a large Dutch colonial home located in one of New Jersey's most desirable neighborhoods. The street was quiet. Trees lined the sidewalks. Families lived nearby. Children played outside. The house had history and character. For the family that purchased it, it seemed perfect. After buying the property for approximately $1.3 million, they planned renovations before officially moving in. Like many homeowners, they spent several days going back and forth between their current residence and the new property, while workers prepared everything. It was during one of those visits that something changed. One evening, after checking renovation work, one of the homeowners walked to the mailbox. Inside was a white envelope, written neatly across the front, "The new owner." At first, there was no reason to worry. New neighbors often leave welcome notes. The homeowner opened the letter expecting something friendly. Instead, they found several typed pages. The message introduced the writer as someone who had been connected to the house for years. The writer claimed their family had watched the property across generations. According to the letter, their grandfather watched the house in the 1920s. Then, their father watched in the 1960s. Now it was their turn. The writer called themselves the Watcher. At first, the message seemed unusual but not openly threatening. Then the questions began. The writer asked whether the family had found what was hidden inside the walls. They asked if children would live in the house. The writer specifically mentioned seeing children. Then came one of the most disturbing lines in the entire case. The writer referred to the children as young blood. The letter asked if the house wanted them. The tone shifted from strange to deeply unsettling. This was not somebody introducing themselves. This felt personal. The homeowner immediately became uncomfortable. The family had only recently purchased the property. Very few people knew details about them. How did this person know they had children? How long had they been watching? The police were contacted. Officers advised caution and recommended avoiding discussing the letters publicly while the investigation began. Initially, authorities considered the possibility that it was a prank. But as investigators reviewed the content, concern increased. The writer appeared to know details that suggested direct observation. The house was visible from nearby properties. Anyone paying close attention could notice activity. Still, the language felt obsessive. Investigators interviewed neighbors. People living near the property were questioned. Police attempted to identify anyone who may have seen workers, vehicles, or unusual visitors. No obvious suspect appeared. Then, another letter arrived. The second message was worse. The writer commented on renovation activity happening inside the house. They seemed aware of changes being made. Again, the letter referred to the property almost as if it belonged to the Watcher. The family became frightened. Instead of planning furniture and decorations, they began thinking about security. They stopped bringing their children to the property. Moving day became uncertain. Investigators collected physical evidence. Fingerprints were examined. DNA testing was conducted. The envelopes were analyzed. Police explored multiple possibilities. Could the writer be a neighbor? Someone with a grudge? Someone connected to previous owners? Someone mentally unstable? No answer produced enough evidence. As weeks passed, theories multiplied. One nearby resident attracted attention because of unusual behavior reported during the investigation, but nothing linked them directly. Other people became subjects of speculation. Again, no proof. The mystery remained unsolved. Then something unexpected happened. The story became public. Once newspapers reported the existence of the Watcher, attention exploded. People across the country became fascinated. Thousands read the letters. Online communities formed theories. Every sentence became evidence. People debated motives. Some believed the Watcher was an older resident obsessed with preserving the neighborhood. Others thought someone wanted to force the family to sell. Some suggested a property-related scheme. Others wondered whether the letters came from someone seeking attention. No theory could be confirmed. Meanwhile, the family faced a difficult reality. Even if the letters stopped, would they ever feel comfortable living there? Imagine walking through your own backyard and wondering whether someone nearby had been watching for months. Imagine hearing a car slow down outside and asking yourself if it was the Watcher. Fear changed everything. Eventually, attempts were made to sell the property. But the house had become famous. Potential buyers discovered the story. Many lost interest. Some reportedly visited only out of curiosity. The family explored different options. At one point, there were discussions about demolishing the house and rebuilding. Local regulations complicated those plans. The house remained. Later, the property was rented. But reports suggested letters continued. Even people not involved in the original purchase became connected to the mystery. The address itself seemed impossible to separate from the story. Years passed. Investigators continued examining leads, but no public identification ever occurred. No arrest, no confession, no official explanation.
We're going to turn now to that major development involving a home we have reported on here before and the disturbing letters sent to the family who bought it. The family bought their dream home in New Jersey, never moving in after getting frightening letters from someone calling themselves the Watcher. Now the family has finally found someone. I got everyone's attention here. Someone's going to buy that house. Gio Benitez is here with more. Hey, Gio.
Hey, David. Good morning. Yeah, for years, so many thought nobody would buy this house because of all that negative publicity with those threatening letters. But this morning, we know the family has finally gotten rid of it by taking a major financial loss. This morning, ABC News has learned the New Jersey family, allegedly terrorized by creepy letters from someone named the Watcher.
The mystery slowly transformed from a local police matter into something larger. Podcasts covered it. Articles revisited it. Television adaptations introduced the story to millions of people. Eventually, a dramatized version appeared on streaming platforms. But entertainment changed details, added characters, created answers. Real life stayed unresolved. That may be what makes this case so effective as modern horror. There is no monster, no haunted hallway, no impossible event. Only the idea that someone ordinary may have quietly watched a house for years. Someone who blended into everyday life. Someone who walked the same streets as everyone else.
I've lived here my whole life.
The people are alarmed to see something like this.
After buying the 6-bedroom house for $1.3 million, records show the family sold it for $900,000, taking a $400,000 loss. Our Gio Benitez spoke with their attorney 2 years ago.
They want a sense of peace in their life. They can never see themselves living in this particular house.
The town's police department investigated the letters, but tonight the Watcher's identity is still unknown.
No comment tonight from the home's new owners or the Broaddus family, but we know they did warn prospective buyers about the letters and the Watcher.
Someone who knew things they should not know. That possibility feels more disturbing than fiction, because it could happen anywhere. Today, 657 Boulevard still exists. People still drive past. People still discuss theories. And despite years of attention, nobody officially knows who wrote the letters. Maybe it was someone close. Maybe someone completely unexpected. Or maybe the truth has already passed unnoticed. But the final question remains the same. If the Watcher truly existed, did they ever stop watching?